Hello BookTube, and I'm here for Tag Tuesday for once. And this is an original tag, and it's in honor of August of Adventures that myself and Mark at Book Time with Elvis are running. It's a month-long reading of adventure fiction. Or anything adventure, really. I'll leave a link down in the description for our announcement video. And this one I'm entitling the Awfully Big Adventure book tag. Very original, isn't it? It's original. That's original. And because it's awfully big, I've made it 5 questions. And with the 6th question of tagging. So let's get to it. Do you like your adventure stories fictional or real life? And why? I like both. Because I like both. No, yeah, I do like both. I like all sorts of adventure stories. All the way from like Jules Verne to science fiction adventure. I think of it that way. To like Robinson Crusoe, Treasure Island, you know, the whole 9 yards. But I also like nonfiction, especially explorer diaries and exploration. And most of that I like. Well, I like a lot of places. I like Arctic exploration and Antarctic, and in all over the world, basically. But I guess the most interesting to me would be African exploration. David Livingstone, Stanley, all the African explorers are of great interest to me. And the reason for that is I don't get out much. So yeah, so you can be an armchair traveler through books, and especially for bygone eras. Like, there's no way you can, you know, recapture the things that they wrote about. So that is a big thing for me. Number 2, if you could follow in the footsteps of any explorer, who would that be and why? Now, I wrote this question, and I'm finding it very difficult to answer. Like, as soon as I get one name, I want to add 5 other names. I guess it would have to be David Livingstone, because he walked across Africa and back, and he did a lot in Africa. And then I guess I am going to put a runner-up, and that's Richard Francis Burton, because he traveled in Africa as well, the Middle East, and even in South America. So, yeah. And the why? I'm just fascinated with Victorians, you know, just walking off into the African jungle, basically, you know, and surviving at times of all the stuff they went through. So yeah, so that's why. Number 3, where was the most romantic and or weirdest place you have read a book, and what was that book? I suppose, well, I read I read in a few, there's a couple places. I read in Aqaba in Jordan, and that's the port city that T.E. Lawrence took during, and especially the fabulous camel ride scene with him and Omar Sharif in Lawrence of Arabia, the David Lean 1962 David Lean film. So that was kind of cool to read there. I'm trying to remember what I read there. I had 3 books with me. I had The Penguin Herodotus, and I had City by Clifford Simak, surprise, surprise, and Erskine Caldwell's Georgia Boy. So I might have read a story out of. I might have read all three because I had to wait for the sort of ferry across for almost 24 hours. So I had a bit of time to read. And also, a couple other places, I read Herodotus sitting on one of the stones on the Pyramid of Cheops, or Khufu, whichever you want to choose to call it, at the Pyramids of Giza in Egypt. And on top of that, I reread the whole thing and all my books while I spent a week in a Cairo jail cell. Number 4. If money was not an object, what rare and or signed adventure book, fiction or nonfiction, would you purchase? Ooh. I wrote this story. I wrote this question, but I can't limit myself to one. It would be David Livingstone's Zambezi expedition book, signed by him, and I can't remember the name of the Richard Burton's book that he went in with John Hanning Speak to look for the source of the Nile. That I would love to have as well signed. So 2 of them. Number 5. What place have you read about but never visited? Name a few of your favorite titles. Well, again, it's Africa, and I won't go to sort of equatorial Africa. I'll say South Africa. It's also the exploration and the movement from out of sort of the Dutch colony and the British colony, moving inward, the Boers, the Voortrekkers, and I would love to visit there to South Africa to go through all that area, and the Zulu War battlefields, and to me it would be an adventure to do that. It would be an adventure for me to do that. And favorite titles for books, well, anything on like Washing of the Spears for the one. I can actually put a fiction book in here. Yeah, so that's good. The Covenant by James Michener is about South Africa, and I've read it several times, and I will reread it again. It's just fabulous. So to me, that would be an awfully big adventure. So number 6, tag some fellow adventurers. Well, I tag Mark, both Marks, my fellow henchmen, in the August of Adventures. That's Mark at Book Time with Elvis, and Mark Richardson at Richardson Reads. I will tag Steve Donoghue, Jason Harrigan, Steve Donoghue, Bill Ruttenberg, Michael K. Vaughn. If I think of any others, I'll put down in the description if I remember all those. So anyway, that was my original tag for the Awfully Big Adventure book tag in honor of the upcoming momentous reading event for August that outshines all other reading events for August, and that's August of Adventures. Take care, BookTube. I'll see you next time.